Something spoiled. Spoiled assassin. Scott here with you with Something Spoiled to review the new movie American Assassin, based on the novel by the same name. The movie is directed by Michael Cuesta, stars Dylan O'Brien, who you would know from MTV's Teen Wolf and also the Maze Runner film series, as well as Michael Keaton, Sanaa Lathan, and Taylor Kitsch. This is going to be a pretty spoiler-free review because the movie is just in theaters this weekend. The story follows Mitch Rapp, who has suffered a severe personal tragedy. He has lost his fiancée in a terrorist attack. He decides to take revenge on the cell responsible by infiltrating their cell after having taught himself the Arabic language, the nuances of radical Islamic terrorism, and Batman-level martial arts skills, all in about an 18-month period. While he's busy doing this, though, he does attract the attention of the CIA, who recruits him into a special op unit known as Orion, which is run by Michael Keaton's character, Stan Hurley. After a rather brief training period, O'Brien's character Rapp is put out there into the field because they need to retrieve some nuclear material which has been stolen and is going to be used to make a bomb. We do find out that that material was stolen by a former CIA operative and Hurley's own former protege called Ghost, played by Taylor Kitsch. And of course, the story boils down to a rather simple plot. Our heroes need to find the information about that nuclear material, which is now a bomb, and then recover it before it can be set off and do great harm to the planet and do oh so terrible things. When the movie first started off, it looked like it had some real promise. We're drawn into the story right away. The terrorist attack on the beach, it did draw you in. It was pretty gritty, it was brutal, it was in your face. And that was the last point at which you had any sympathy for Dylan O'Brien's character. From that point, he spends the rest of the movie being pissed off. He's so pissed off that you just can't, he's unrelatable at this point. You have trouble believing that he would even be recruited into the CIA, despite them things that they set up about his character that make him better than the average recruit, with him not having a military background and so forth. But just really incredulous. And really a missed opportunity to follow what could be a pretty compelling story about a character having something to overcome, and just really never does. He just kind of goes in and does exactly what he sets out to do. He gets a lucky break and he is able to go on his revenge fest. Michael Keaton, his performance as Stan Hurley once again started off looking like it was going to be pretty engaging. First time he showed up, I'm thinking, well, gee, this character looks pretty squared away. You can see that he is the master of his own environment. He has things just the way he wants them. And you like his training style. You like how he interacts with people. He's just really squared away. And by the end of the movie, he just kind of devolves into grumpy old Michael Keaton. But I give Keaton credit for keeping elevating the material that was on the page. I think he probably did as much as he could to keep Hurley watchable and interesting. Sanaa Lathan, who plays Irene Kennedy, the deputy CIA director, her performance for me was probably the most disappointing. Given her proportionate screen time, she is pretty much the most powerful character throughout the entire movie, but she really didn't act like it. She came across more like a frustrated sixth grade teacher, just barking and yelling, and she was in charge, but somebody needed to remind her that she was in charge because she didn't really act like it. And that was really disappointing for me because I've liked Sanaa Lathan ever since she's been on my radar for the past couple decades, but I've found her role in Alien vs. Predator to be far more interesting to watch than what she did here in this movie. Taylor Kitsch was probably the big surprise for me. I went in expecting to, of course, dislike him. I went in expecting Taylor Kitsch, and you get Taylor Kitsch, but you get Taylor Kitsch doing his job. He actually sells that he's pissed off and comes as close as he possibly can to justifying his motivations, which I believe are impossible to justify. Overall, American Assassin is just pretty much a missed opportunity. As I said, it started off looking like it was going to be a really deep character arc for O'Brien's character, watching this character overcome his personal tragedy while he becomes involved in this much larger world of American espionage and American assassins. It devolves into a shallow, bordering on completely incredulous mindless action movie. The fight scenes are competent, they're routine. The shootouts are routine. I give O'Brien credit that he sells what he has to do, not in any kind of flashy, flamboyant way. I would say that it's not on par with the surprise that we got when Matt Damon did the first Bourne movie. O'Brien is watchable. He learned his choreography. Keaton maybe does a bit of a better job selling his action scenes. He looks like somebody who has done this for a while. But, you know, once again, there are no action set pieces in this movie that are showstoppers, save the one set piece towards the end, towards the climax of the movie, which I'm not going to spoil, but it looks good. It doesn't feel like it fits in the movie, though. American Assassin, for me, was a bit of a disappointment. For me, on a scale of 1 to 5, this one is going to be a solid 2. This is definitely a dog walk. I probably could have waited for this one on cable and then watched it and been like, oh, well, that happened. But have you seen it yet? What did you think? Do me a favor, leave your comments below. And if you want to see more, please click the subscribe button here and you too can get spoiled. Hey guys, come back and check us out in a few days because we're going to have a review for the new Darren Aronofsky movie, Mother. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you there. Take care.